Big up to everyone, lovely family and lovely friends out there. Wherever you are watching Awini Unity platform from, thank you so much, and I do really appreciate your time once again. This video, I will be talking about the under-23 team and the players that I believe that if Ghana we really want to do well in the tournament in Morocco coming June and qualifying to the Olympic Games, and some players that I feel like they play the main Black Stars team, they should call these players adding to the under-23 so that we can able to do well. You know, past for some years now, Ghana finding difficult to qualify the Olympic Games. I think that was way back 2004. I don't know if I get it right. So maybe if I do not get it right, and you know the last year Ghana went to Olympic Games, please correct me out there. But before then, let me please take your time a little bit. Whatever you are and you want a lot of things right here in Spain, whatever things you want, or you own a ship and you want to come here in Spain for maintenance and you need shipping agency to supply you a lot of goods to your vessel, then Intercorp is the right place for you. Please pick our numbers right here and get more information. So guys, let's go straight to the point and talk about the under-23 team that qualify Ghana to under-20 African Cup of Nations in Morocco. There are still a lot of good players among them, but if we really want to do well, there are some players playing in the Black Stars, and I feel like these players are qualified to join the under-23. We shouldn't take things for granted, thinking that, well, if you use all the only local-based players, we have to give them chance. Sometimes, yes, it is time. Sometimes we need to give them chance. But when players are not good enough, you cannot say you want to give them chance and we have to continue failing to qualify Olympic Games. The under-23 team, they did well. They went to Algeria, play 1-1. Even that much, I have chance to watch a little bit, which I feel like the referee wasn't too much fair to the under-23 team, but we cannot complain about that. Far as Ghana is qualified, that is what we was looking for. Due to Fatau Isako, amazing goal. And we play against Algeria once again in Kumasi, and we won that game by a lone goal to 0. So the aggregate 2-1. Which I watched the game some point. I didn't watch full match, but I feel like the under-20 team, under-23, they had a lot of chances, which I think the coaching, they need to improve. They need to let the boys improve, because when I watch the game, they have so many chances and they cannot able to score more than a goal. And you cannot, when you go to a tournament, you cannot get chances like this. And one goal, it is not enough. Because if you notice, the Algerians was coming back so strongly. So I will please the management team, they did very well, but they need to improve the goal scoring side. Because when you have this kind of chances and you cannot able to bury these chances and you are all in one goal project, anything can happen. But congratulations to them and the management team and all the players once again. Let's look at players that I feel that they play for Black Stars. And if we want to qualify to the Olympic Games, they have to call these players John. I'm not going to talk about Fatau Isako. Fatau Isako already is there. And this guy that play, this young guy that play, when number 3, Gacy, NS something. That guy, that young guy is doing pretty well. They have to maintain him. I knew definitely they're going to maintain this guy, so I'm not going to go deep to that guy. But players that I feel this would include them going to the tournament. Player like Kamaladin Sulemana, they have to include Kamaladin Sulemana because we need to take the tournament serious. If we really want to qualify, we cannot just call some players and at the end of the day we will come out to say, well, we failed qualifying for the Olympic Games. So Kamaladin Sulemana is 21 years old, which they can say include him. Which it is a perfect time. The tournament in Morocco have to be, I think it's taken June. the tournament will start June, and that time there will not be a lot of things like a football going on. So Kamaldeen Sulemana have to join the under 23, and another player that I feel like they have to call him. I read something online when they were saying that Mohamed Kudus, Mohamed Kudus as well, have 22 years, which he can join the under 23. But I read something online, and it is like they were saying that Mohamed Kudus cannot able to join due to what I didn't get it right. So I'm not going to include Mohamed Kudus. And my second player that I feel like if Ghana, we really want to take things serious, we really want to win the tournament in Morocco and qualifying to Olympic Games. One player is Ramford Yeboah, that young German born, which you can see him here. Ramford Yeboah, the guy have talent, very, very talented player, full of confidence. And when we have all of these players adding to the players that we have in the camp, trust me, we can able to win the tournament in Morocco and qualifying to Olympic Games. The third player, which I feel like he qualified to join the under 23 team, is Tariq Lamptey. Tariq Lamptey have 22 years, which is qualified to join under 23. So when you get Tariq Lamptey at the right hand side, the right back, then you have players like Kamaldeen Sulemana, the wings, and you have Ramford Yeboah leading with another player that I'm going to talk about. I know there's so many things about this player like Felix Afenyajan. They have to call Felix Afenyajan back to under 23 team. A lot of people were saying that they called him before and he said he's not going to play and this and that. We need to have patience sometimes. Ghana, we do not really know how to help players to develop. When Felix Afenyajan played 2 matches, I always say this over and over and over. Play 2 matches, was over in the guy, that the guy have to come for Black Stars. Even the management, the manager, and even Mourinho as well, said that the guy is not ready. The guy is young. The guy need time to develop. But when we want to sit down here, speak the truth sometimes, someone think that maybe we are against someone. It's far beyond that. We want better for our country. You see, that is the main thing that we are always here. Sometimes we see someone 1 day, 2 days, and we are over into the person. And when the person are into our system within some short period of time, we expect the person to do miracle. Which we knew clearly that Felix Afenyajan was not that much strong at that time. But we call him to the senior national team. Going to the World Cup, we say the guy do not really have form and this and that. We drop the guy. We could have, including that guy, Felix Afenyajan, to the World Cup. Why Fatau Isahako went to the World Cup? Fatau Isahako, we all know that the guy is a very, very good player. And most of goals that he normally score, I don't see any Black Star player scoring that goals. The only player I knew that for some years ago, he used to score those kind of goals is Tony Yeboah in the English Premier League. Tony Yeboah that have those kind of shot, scoring a lot of goals like that. Long wings. If you see the goal that Fatahu Isako scored against Nicaragua, that friendly match, classic goal. If you watch the goal against Algerians, see where the guy was. As I said, that most of the Black Star players we have now, who have that kind of shot, apart from Jesse Pencil that always like to shoot and Kamaldeen Sulemana. So sometimes we need to help our players to develop them. We are always waiting that the players should go out there struggling with a lot of people, the European teams, and when some people try to raise our players, that is where we are now running up and down, going to get them. So those things is something that not really. So when Felix Afenyajan, when they call him and he was saying that he's not ready or something, and at 23, I think the guy is right. The guy moved to a new club. is not even getting a playing time. Do you know that what we did to fine, national team are meant for players that are doing very well, but you and I know that some of the players that went to the World Cup, they wasn't doing better in their club side more than Felix Afanyajan as well. So dropping that player, you know, Mourinho some time ago came out and was saying that Felix Afanyajan is teasing some of the players that were they qualified for World Cup and automatically is going to World Cup. Even Jose Mourinho believed that Felix Afanyajan is going to the World Cup. But at the end of the day, they dropped the guy. And when you play in your club and they are going to the World Cup and your national team drop you, you set some kind of thing into the manager of the club. They're going to feel like we think, no, this guy is not enough. He's not good enough. If like it's good enough, like the country should have sent him to the World Cup. So sending the guy to the World Cup would have even helped the guy's career. I could be wrong here. I knew that not all of the players can get the national team call up, but I feel like that guy was deserved, but it's already passed. So what I have to tell Felix Afanyajan as well, sometimes as a young person, things like this will come on your way, but do not say you have to turn back against your country, because those things come on your way to make you strong physically and mentally. So they have to add him to under 23 so that we can able to do well. Past for some years now, Ghana will want, I think, I do not really get it right, but we want bronze or something for some 90s. We was there when Nigeria came to win good or something like that. Cameroon went to Olympic game, won a lot of things. It is like African Cup of Nations. Ghana we have won the African Cup of Nations. I'm talking about the Black Stars 4 times. But we are there, and Cameroon came, they won, I think, twice. Nigeria came, they won. Egypt have about 7. The time that Ghana won the African Cup of Nations 4 times, Egypt was like a 2 or 3. But Egypt gets 7. The time that Ghana won African Cup of Nations 4 times, it is like that time Cameroon was having 1 or something, or 2. Now Cameroon have 4. So why all those things is going on? Because we are not really, there's something we are lacking, which we need to work on. So guys, thank you so much. Once again, happy Saturday. Go out there, have good time, and take very good care of yourself as well. What player do you also think Ghana need to include to the under 23 team so that we can go to the tournament in Morocco to perform very well, and not just performing and not just winning the tournament there, but qualifying to Olympic Games? What is your thought on what player do you think they have to include? Have a nice weekend and one love. Ciao. Adios.